Hi, Humanities 151. I'm Jessie Severing, and this is my take on Judy Chicago's The Dinner Party. I just want to say that I found it very interesting to see how controversial this piece was, along with how uncomfortable this piece made a lot of people. This was such a bold statement piece that did make a lot of people uncomfortable, but it also was a stepping stone for conversation into women in society and women in history. And it's very important to know where we stand and where we're heading and the growth that we have. And I think this piece was very empowering to help women um, start on that path to where we are now and where we're going to go. I think this piece was very empowering. I think there's a lot of artwork in history and um, current day that is very empowering for women. When I saw this piece, I did think of a older piece from 1942 by Howard Miller. It's the Rosie the Riveter poster. This piece was created in order to get women to join the workforce when men were being drafted into the army for war. It was a piece that said, we can do this. We should do this. It was encouraging women to take on the same role that men had been playing for years, to step out of your comfort zone, to step out of your home, to bring it in and, you know, keep America moving, keep the workforce flowing, to keep the economy booming. And it was encouraging women to have a career, to step out of the homes and be more than just a homemaker. And I think it's very empowering to have that encouragement of we can do this. If we put our mind to it, we can do anything. And I personally like this piece of art, and I think that we need more art that says, put your mind to it, do it. You can be anything. You can be more than just a housemaker, a mother. You can have the career, you can do it all. You can, whatever you want, honestly, you have the power of choice. And I think that is very empowering. Um, with that, I also found the piece from a magazine. I was looking at an article in Cosmo. It talks about post pandemic dating and how it's different. Through this piece, it talks about how a lot of things are different. And it's more so we're having more conversations that were difficult and taboo and we didn't talk about. And very it's interesting to see how a lot of people weren't talking about commitment and what made them comfortable and uncomfortable in the bedroom or in their sexual confidence or, in their romantic lives or their personal lives or their work lives. We don't have those conversations, but it's interesting that we are having a shift. So there is a photo in this article that it is a woman that she does have her head back and over her neck it says foreplay 2.0. 2.0 is a we're in the next step. We're in the next development. We are moving on not only in our sexual um, experiences and not only in our confidence in the bedroom, but we have moved on in our confidence in ourselves, in our like bodies, in our minds, in our workplaces. We are excelling. So I look at this photo and yes, it is an article about um, you know having those conversations with your partners, with your future partners. But I think it also comes back to having those conversations with you, where you sit. Are you comfortable with yourself? Are you confident with yourself? Do you love yourself? And I really like this piece because like it shows that we are moving forward. 2.0 is the next thing. So we get from the 2.0, the 3.0, we're moving forward. And I like that. It's not about the foreplay of that piece. It's the fact that we're moving forward. We're gaining confidence. We're gaining, you know, empowerment. We are owning who we are. We're owning what we want. We're owning where we're going. And I think that is very empowering. Um, with that, a lot of bad connotations come with powerful, comfortable, confident women. That if you are sexually confident or things of that nature, you are kind of looked down upon in society as a slut, of a whore, of those types of things because you own who you are. You are comfortable in what you do. And so with that, I was thinking of the song by B. Miller, SLUT, Slut. This song is an anthem. It's reclaiming the word. It's reclaiming what society is saying is wrong. She says, sweet little unforgettable thing. It's not, oh, negative. And she says, I like my body. I am comfortable with who I am. I am comfortable with what I am doing. I am comfortable as a person. And if that makes you uncomfortable, you don't have to be around me. I'm not going to make myself small for you to feel big. And I think that is such a breakthrough because for a long time, I do feel like a lot of women felt small and they felt that they needed to make themselves small in order to let other people feel big and flourish. But no, we should also be as comfortable as the people that are being uncomfortable with our confidence. We should also have the confidence and flourish. And if my confidence and me flourishing and my successes make you uncomfortable, you don't have to be around me to put down my successes. You don't have to be there to put it down. If my success makes you uncomfortable, you don't have to be there for it. And I think that's awesome. And I think a lot of people should have a lot more confidence and accept their bodies and accept their minds and accept where they are and where they're going. And I think that song is just an anthem. Honestly, it's fantastic. Well, with the 5 people that I would want at my table, I did think of an author, a singer, and 3 actresses. So the first, my author, full disclosure, I don't read, I don't like books. I would rather binge watch a whole series than to sit down and read a book. It's just not my thing. But there was an author in high school that really resonated with me. She wrote a book uh, called Trigger that was about a teenage boy that attempted suicide, and it was a failed attempt. Um, and it was such a taboo topic because nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about, mental health, and nobody talked about, suicide and like failed attempt suicides, even. It was either it worked or it didn't. There was no, oh, well, what happens if it doesn't? So it was such a taboo topic. And honestly, I think it's awesome that as a woman, you do have those topics. You do open that conversation to young adults that need something like that, to know that it's not that taboo, that it's not something that shouldn't be talked about. It's still very important. The next would be my singer, which I think I would want Taylor Swift at my table. I enjoy Taylor Swift's music. I enjoy her movies, but I also enjoy her energy. I like that she owns who she is. She owns what she does, and she doesn't let society tell her what she should do, who she should be with, you know, how often she should date. She owns who she is and she is completely comfortable with herself. So I would 100% want Taylor Swift on my table. The last 3 are some actresses. One, I would want Marilyn Monroe. She is most known for being such a big sex icon. She is a powerful individual. But to do a little bit of research, she's also very relatable. She's more than a pretty face. She was very successful in what she did. She was a model, she was an actress, but she was so much more than that. She was a very relatable individual, and she had struggles. And it's nice to know, like, people that are so high up in thought and have such a following are people too. And I think we forget about that with, you know, um, very popular, famous people. My 4th person would be Jane Fonda. Um, I recently learned about Jane Fonda with her show Grace and Frankie, which does follow, older women and their struggles. And it's, if you haven't seen it, I do suggest it. But she did an interview with Guardian that she said that, she wasn't a feminist when she was younger, and that she became a feminist in her 60s. So I mean, it's empowering to know, like, she is saying, you're never too old to become passionate. You're never too old to educate yourself. You can do it tomorrow. Just because you think that, oh, I'm too old, I can still pick it up. And I think that's so empowering. And I think we need more people to say, just because that's how you thought yesterday doesn't mean that's how you have to think today or tomorrow. And I think that's awesome. My last person, I personally love her, Melissa McCarthy. She is my favorite actress. I think she's beautiful. I think she is funny. I think she is talented. And honestly, I would watch her in anything. Um, Not only do I think she's great, but I think it is awesome that she's a plus size woman in a non plus size work field. I think it's awesome that there is representation for plus size women with women like Melissa McCarthy. And I think that's awesome and that's empowering. And I love that. So that is my 5 people. And I hope you enjoyed.